USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
2 students from the school in custody. Now investigators want to know what their motive was for opening fire at a charter school near Denver yesterday afternoon, killing 1 classmate and wounding 8 others. Governor of Colorado Jared Polis saying this morning,
As the father of 2 young children, I can hardly even imagine the horror and the grief that the families must be feeling. And of course, our prayers are for the complete recovery of the remaining victims.
That school's now closed for the rest of the week. Firefighters investigating an overnight blaze in Harlem, New York, where 6 people died, including 4 young children, ranging ages 3 to 11. Fire officials say they think it started in the kitchen and was accidental in nature. A 1-day strike is set today for Uber and Lyft drivers, who say they need to make more. And this is USA Radio News. The U.S. House Judiciary Committee is to vote shortly on contempt of Congress citations for Attorney General Bill Barr and the Justice Department after they refused to honor a subpoena to give the committee the full, unredacted final report from the special counsel. Cell phone video of a 2015 arrest of an unarmed black woman in Texas who later killed herself in her cell has been released. The 39-second video shot by Sandra Bland shows the now-fired state trooper Brian Encina pull his stun gun and threaten to, quote, light you up during the arrest in Waller County. Attorney Cannon Lambert represents Bland's family.
This video shows that the state trooper was not afraid at all, had no reason to be afraid at all. And he should have been prosecuted because he wasn't afraid and he lied about it.
The officer had said the woman assaulted him and he feared for his life. He later was fired and gave up his law enforcement license but never faced criminal charges. And this is USA Radio News. Legislation is headed to the full Louisiana State Senate for consideration, proposing to let voters decide whether to amend the state constitution to prohibit most abortions. House Bill 425 cleared a Senate panel yesterday without objection. State law currently says abortions would be prohibited in Louisiana should Roe v. Wade be overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court, but the Constitution makes no mention of the matter. The measure was amended to show that abortions would be permitted to save the life of the mother or in instances of rape, and thus has to be voted on again by the House in Louisiana. Meanwhile, Texas has a bill banning late-term abortions for terminally disabled fetuses, and it heads to the House today after passing the Senate on Tuesday. The bill extends the state's ban on abortions after the 20th week of pregnancy to include abortions prompted by severe fetal abnormalities. Iran says it will no longer fully comply with the nuclear deal it signed with the United States and 5 other nations. Today's announcement coming a year after President Trump pulled the U.S. out of that agreement. Iran saying in a statement the Islamic Republic will no longer abide by limits on keeping enriched uranium and heavy water reserves. And Denver voters have rejected a measure that would have decriminalized so-called magic mushrooms. 46% in favor, 54% were against. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.